This is the story of how one gothic girl gets her amazingly beautiful gothic boy. Here. Hello. Hi. My name is Ebony Darkness Dementia Raven Way, and I have long, ebony black hair. That's how I got my name. With purple streaks and red tips that reaches my mid-back, and icy blue eyes like limpid tears. And a lot of people tell me I look like Amy Lee. Author's note: if you don't know who she is, get the heck out of here. I'm not related to Gerard Way, but I wish I was, because he's a major freaking hottie. I'm a vampire, but my teeth are straight and white. I'm also a witch, and I go to a magic school called Hogwarts in England, where I'm in the 7th year. I'm 17. I'm goth, in case you couldn't tell, and I mostly wear black. I love Hot Topic, and I buy all my clothes from there. For example, today I was wearing a black corset with matching lace around it, and a black leather miniskirt, pink fishnets, and black combat boots. I was walking outside Hogwarts. It was snowing and raining, so there was no sun, which I was very happy about. A lot of preps stared at me. I stuck up my middle finger at them. "Hi, Ebony," shouted a voice. It was Draco Malfoy. "What's up, Draco?" I asked. "Nothing," he said shyly. But then I heard my friends call me, and I had to go away. The next day, I woke up in my bedroom. My coffin was black ebony inside it with hot pink velvet with black lace on the ends. I got out of my coffin and took off my giant MCR t-shirt, which I used for pajamas. Instead, I put on black leather dress, a pentagram necklace, combat boots, and black fishnets on. I put on 4 pairs of earrings in my pierced ears, and put my hair in a kind of messy bun. My friend Willow, author's note, Raven, this is you, woke up and then grinned at me. She flipped her waist-length raven black hair with pink streaks and opened her forest green eyes. She put on her Marilyn Manson t-shirt with a black mini, fishnets, and pointy high-heel boots. We put on our makeup, black lipstick, white foundation, and black eyeliner. OMFG! I saw you talking to Draco Malfoy yesterday, she said excitedly. Yeah? So? Do you like Draco? She asked as we went out to the Slytherin common room and into the Great Hall. No, don't. Just then, Draco walked up to me. Hi. Good Charlotte are having a concert in Hogsmeade, he told me. Oh my God, I screamed. I love Good Charlotte. They are my favorite band, besides MCR. On the night of the concert, I put on my black lace-up boots with high heels. Underneath them were ripped red fishnets. Then I went outside. Draco was waiting there in front of his flying car. He was wearing a Simple Plan t-shirt. They would be playing at the band too. You come in cold, you're covered in blood, they're all so happy you just arrived, blah blah blah. I'm not gonna sing the whole thing just in case I get DMCA'd. Audio jungle, sing Joel. I don't know the lyrics to that song. Draco and I crowded back into the Mercedes-Benz, but Draco didn't go back to Hogwarts. Instead, he drove the car into the Forbidden Forest. Draco! I shouted. What the do you think you're doing? Draco didn't answer, but he stopped the flying car and he walked out of it. I walked out of it too, curiously. Enemy? What? Draco leaned in extra close and I looked into his gothic red eyes. Suddenly, just as Draco kissed me passionately, Draco climbed on top of me and we started to make out keenly against a tree. He took off my top and I took off his clothes. I even took off my bra. Then he put his thingy in my new yo what and we did it for the first time. What the hell are you doing, you? Dumbledore! They were having sexual intercourse in the Forbidden Forest. Why did you do such a thing, you mediocre dunces? How dare you? And then Draco shrieked, Because I love her! Are you okay, Ebony? Yeah, I guess, I lied. I went to the girls' dorm and brushed my teeth and my hair. When I came out, Draco was standing in front of the bathroom and he started to sing, I Just Want to Live by Good Charlotte. I need an alarm system in my house so I know when people are creeping about. These people are freaking me out. I was so flattered, even though he wasn't supposed to be there. In the Great Hall, I ate some Count Chocula, cereal with blood instead of milk. Suddenly, someone bumped into me. Wow, all the blood spilled all over my top. Bad word, I shouted angrily. I regretted saying it when I looked up because I was looking into the pale white face of a gothic boy. I'm so sorry. That's all right. What's your name? My name is Harry Potter. Although most people call me vampire these days. Why? Because I love the taste of human blood. Anyway, I went upstairs excited with Draco. We went into his room and locked the door. And then we started Frenching passionately and took off each other's clothes. He felt me up before I took off my top. Then I took off my black leather bra and he took off his pants. We went onto the bed. Oh my God. We went onto the bed and started making out naked. And then he put his voice thingy in mine and we had sex. Oh, Draco, I screamed. When all of a sudden I saw a tattoo I had never seen before on Draco's arm. It was a black heart with an arrow through it. On it, in bloody gothic writing, there were the words, Vampire! You bad word! I shouted angrily, jumping off the bed. No, but you don't understand. No, you idiot! You probably have AIDS anyway. I put on my clothes all heavy and then stomped out. Draco ran out even though he was naked. He had a really big you-know-what, but I was too mad to care. I stomped out and did so until I was in Vampire's classroom where he was having a lesson with Professor Snape and some other people. Vampire Potter, you mother! Ebony is not what you think! I ran out of the room into the Forbidden Forest where I had lost my virility to Draco and then I started to bust into tears. I was so mad and so sad. I couldn't believe Draco for cheating on me. I began to cry against the tree where I did it with Draco. Then, all of a sudden, a horrible man with red eyes and no nose and everything started flying towards me on a broomstick. Ebony, thou must kill Vampire Potter. I thought about Vampire and his sexy eyes and his gothic black hair and how his face looks like Joe Madden. No, Voldemort, I shouted back. Voldemort gave me a gun. No, please, I begged. Thou must, he yelled. If thou does not, then I shall kill thy beloved Draco. How did you know? Voldemort got a dude, you're so retarded look on his face. I was really scared about Voldemort all day. I was even upset, went to rehearsals with my gothic metal band, Bloody Gothic Roll 666. I'm the lead singer and I play guitar. The other people in the band are Bloody Mary, Vampire, Draco, Ron. Although we call him Diablo now. He has black hair now with blue streaks in it. And Hagrid. Only today, Draco and Vampire were depressed, so they weren't coming. We were singing a cover of Helena, and at the end of the song, I suddenly burst into tears. What was this cover of Helena, you ask? Well, long ago, just like the hearse, you died to get in again. Dumbledore walked in angrily. His eyes were all fiery, and I knew this time it wasn't because he had a headache. What have you done? He started to cry wisely. Ebony, Draco has been found in his room. He committed suicide by slitting his wrists. No! Bloody Mary tried to comfort me, but I told her to off, and I ran to my room, crying myself. Anyway, I started crying tears of blood, and then I slit both my wrists. They got all over my clothes, so I took them off and jumped into the bath angrily while I put on Linkin Park song at full volume. I couldn't believe it. And then I looked out the window and screamed. Snap was spying on me, and he was taking he was taking a videotape of me, and Lupin was masticating to it. They were sitting on their broomsticks. You pervs, stop looking at me naked. Are you pedos or what? I screamed, putting on a black towel with a picture of Marilyn Manson on it. Suddenly, Vampire ran in. Abracadabra! He yelled at Snape and Lupin. Oh my god. I took my gun and shot Snape and Lupin a gazillion times, and they both started screaming. Suddenly, Dumbledore ran in, and suddenly, Hagrid ran outside his room and said, "Everyone, we need to talk." "What do you know, Hagrid? You're just a little Hogwarts student." "I may be a Hogwarts student, but I am also a Satanist!" "Why are you doing this?" Because, Hagrid said, and he paused in the air dramatically, waving his wand in the air, then swooped in, singing to the tune of a gothic version of a song by 50 Cent. "Because you're gothic? Because I love her!" No! Vampire! He started to scream. "OMFG! No! My scar hurts!" His eyes rolled up. You could only see his red whites. I had a vision of what was happening to Draco. Voldemort has him in bondage! Vampire was in the hair of magic creatures. He looked all depressed because Draco had disappeared, and he used to be in love with Draco. He was sucking some blood from a Hufflepuff. We both looked at each other for some time. Then we jumped on each other and started screwing each other. "Stop it now, you horny simpletons!" shouted Professor McGoogle, who was watching us, and so was everyone else. "Vampire! You! Stop trying to screw me. You know I love Draco." Just then, he started to scream, "OMFG! No! My scar hurts!" And then his eyes rolled up. You could only see his red whites. Wait, what in the world? We already read this. I swear we already read this. What's going on? Voldemort has him in bondage. What's going Oh my god. Warning, some of this chapter is extremely scary. Viewer discretion is advised. We ran to where Voldemort was. It turned out that Voldemort wasn't there. Instead, the fat guy who killed Cedric was. Draco was there crying, tears of blood. Vampire and I ran in front of Snaketail. "Rid my sight, you despicable praps!" he shouted as we started shooting him with the gun. So, yeah, I tried to Google who Snaketail was and nothing came up. And I have to give a disclaimer. I don't know. I've never watched Harry Potter or read Harry Potter. I don't know any of these characters. So I Googled Snaketail and nothing came up. So yeah, I this is just a fellow with a tail. Actually this is my only Harry Potter knowledge. This is actually the only thing I know about Harry Potter. "Rid of my sight, you despicable praps!" he shouted as we started shooting him with the gun. Then he suddenly looked at me and he fell down with a lovey-dovey look on his eyes. "Ebony, I love you! Will you have sex with me?" I did some advanced biology work. I was tuning a bloody pentagram into a black guitar. Suddenly, the guitar turned into Draco! "Arypie, I love you! I just wanna be with you!" Then he started to sing The Chronicles of Life and Death. I don't think I know that one. Another thing, I don't listen to Good Charlotte either. I'm a poser prep. I'm sorry you had to find out this way. OMFG, I said after he was finished. Some prep stared at us, but I just stuck up my middle finger at them. Bloody Mary was standing there. Hajime mashite, girl. She speaks Japanese, so do I. That means how do you do in Japanese. By the way, Willow, that poser, got expelled. Well, anyway, we were feeling all depressed. We watched some gothic movies like The Nightmare Before Christmas. Maybe Willow will die too. Kawaii. Bloody Mary shake her head energetically, lethargically. Oh yeah, I have a confession. After she got expelled, I murdered her and then Lupin did it with her because he's a necrophiliac. Kawaii. Wait, is that not the right guy? Is that Germa? That's Germa. Okay, let's go.